Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. Today we hear more about Big Navi from Lisa Su, Nvidia's next-gen RTX 3080 and 3070 specs leak, and even lower prices. Okay, it's news time, and first up for today, to those who saw my recent video on an interview with Lisa Su at CES, you know that she effectively confirmed the existence of Big Navi, which is AMD's competitor to Nvidia's high-end GPUs, and that we can expect it this year. Well, if you really dig through her wording, she states, quote, "You should expect that we will have a high-end Navi." And it's the should expect part that made some think it was essentially a too perfectly worded answer that doesn't actually confirm anything. And you know what? I can definitely understand that point. Luckily, in a recent video interview published on AMD's YouTube channel, she specifically says it right here.
And I've heard a little bit through Twitter and Reddit that people are wondering about Big Navi, and I can say you're going to see Big Navi in 2020.
So there you have it. That definitely isn't ambiguous at all. Big Navi is coming this year, and for those who want an idea of when that is, check out my exclusive leak on it up here. Let's just say AMD is set to crush it even in the GPU market this year. Speaking of crushing things, not all mobile RPGs have to be cartoony and cutesy with today's sponsor. Raid Shadow Legends, a free-to-play collection RPG that takes you to the world of dark fantasy and realism. Not only does it have dungeons, but there's actually 10 bosses to beat in each one to collect artifacts to boost your champions. Personally, I love going through the campaign and collecting all the cool gear. And now it's on PC with cross-platform support, meaning you can use the same character on both platforms. So between all of this and the sweet graphics, what are you waiting for? Go to the video description, click on the special link, and if you're a new player, you'll get over 100,000 silver plus the free champion, Hexweaver. Next up, while AMD is preparing their next big GPU, Nvidia clearly isn't standing still, as their upcoming RTX 3000 series may have just been leaked. The story was originally reported by MyDrivers.com, but it seems to come from this Twitter user. Now, I typically don't just talk about random Twitter posts, but this account seems to have been made specifically for this. Plus, a ton of other outlets are reporting on it, though as a rumor, but either way, please understand that at this point, it is definitely just a rumor. I'm really just discussing it because it's definitely interesting and I think it'll be a fun conversation. Anyway, let's go over the post. As you can see, there's two GPUs listed here, the GA103 and GA104. And if you don't know, the A and GA is for Ampere, which is supposed to be the name of Nvidia's next generation graphics architecture. Now, the first really interesting part is that they're calling the main GPU GA103. For those who keep up with this, you'll know that Nvidia's best GPU is typically designated 102. And most outlets are reporting this as being a GTX 3080, which would mean, if that's true, that Nvidia plans to release an even more powerful processor. There's a chance this will be designated for the 3080 Ti, but the Ti version still typically gets a 102 GPU, so this really could be interesting. Next up, it looks like the GA103 comes with 60 SMs, which as long as it comes with 64 cores each, that means the 3080 would come with 3840 CUDA cores. For those who don't know, that's a massive 30% increase in cores over the 2080. And that's not even the biggest news. It also states that it actually comes with a 320-bit bus and either 10 or 20 gigabytes of GDDR6. Now, that's obviously up to Nvidia if they actually put that much in it, and it would be very costly, but 20 gigabytes would be a big boost to say the least. Finally is the GA104, which would likely be in the 3070, and according to this, it would come with 48 SMs, which makes 3072 CUDA cores, meaning the 3070 would have more cores than Nvidia's 2080. And here it would either have 8 or 16 gigabytes of GDDR6. Basically, if this is true, Ampere could be a massive jump for Nvidia. Of course, even Video Cards seems to be mocking this post, so really this could all just be a rumor. But hey, here's to hoping. Lastly for today, according to a report by DigiTimes, Intel is going to be reducing their prices yet again by the second half of this year. Now, their sources reportedly come from unnamed PC makers, but I seriously wouldn't be surprised. Intel was just forced to cut their Xeon processors pricing in half, and following their underwhelming CES presentation, I can only imagine how bad things are getting. Of course, their move would be a smart one, and cheaper prices is always a great thing to hear. So while that does it for today, are you ready for AMD's Big Navi, or do you think Nvidia will render it DOA with their next-gen processors? Let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to check out Raid Shadow Legends. And as always, have a great day.